That shudder you feel sitting at a red light, the one that makes the whole car vibrate like it is about to stall, that is not your engine dying. In most cases, it is not even a mechanical problem. It is a sensor the size of your thumb that is coated in a layer of invisible contamination, and it is lying to your engine computer every single second the car is running. Most shops will not tell you this because a $12 can of spray and 15 minutes of your time fixes it for free. A misdiagnosis runs you $400 to $800 for parts nobody needed. After 40 years of diagnosing rough idles, I have seen this exact scenario play out hundreds of times. Stay until the end, because the last sensor on this list is the one that fools even experienced mechanics. Before we get into it, if you want straight, honest car advice that saves you money and keeps your vehicle running longer, subscribe to Make Car Go right now. No fluff, no filler, just real information from someone who has been under cars for 4 decades. Hit that subscribe button before we start. What is actually happening when your car shakes at idle? A healthy engine at idle is a precision balancing act. The computer is constantly reading data from multiple sensors and making tiny adjustments to the air and fuel mixture, the ignition timing, and the idle speed hundreds of times per second. When one of those sensors starts sending inaccurate data, that balancing act falls apart. The mixture goes lean or rich at irregular intervals, individual cylinders start misfiring at low RPM, and the result is that distinctive shake that gets worse in drive than in park, or that surges up and down between 500 and 900 RPM without settling. What most drivers assume is a mechanical fault is almost always a sensor reading problem. And what most shops jump to before checking sensors are things like spark plugs, fuel injectors, intake manifold gaskets, and throttle bodies. All of those can absolutely cause idle problems. But dirty sensors cause the same symptoms for a fraction of the cost to fix, and they should always be the first thing checked. The reason they often get skipped is simple. A sensor covered in contamination does not trigger a check engine light in every vehicle. It just runs badly and stays quiet about why. The main offender. The mass airflow sensor. This is the sensor that ends the conversation in the majority of rough idle cases. The mass airflow sensor, commonly called the MAF sensor, sits in the intake tube between the air filter and the throttle body. Its job is to measure exactly how much air is entering the engine so the computer knows how much fuel to inject. Get that measurement wrong, and every calculation downstream is wrong. Fuel trim, ignition timing, idle speed control, all of it is built on the airflow number the MAF sensor provides. Inside the MAF sensor is a very thin platinum wire or film element that is heated to a precise temperature. As air flows over it, the air cools it slightly, and the sensor calculates the airflow rate by measuring how much electrical current is needed to maintain that target temperature. The wire or film is extremely sensitive by design. It has to be. And that sensitivity is exactly what makes it vulnerable. Over time, the element gets coated in a combination of oil vapor from the crankcase ventilation system, fine dust particles that make it past the air filter, and fuel vapors that travel backward from the intake. That coating insulates the element, reduces its sensitivity, and causes it to underreport the actual airflow entering the engine. The computer thinks less air is coming in than actually is, so it injects less fuel than the engine needs. The mixture goes lean. Combustion becomes inconsistent across cylinders. The engine shakes. Here is the part that catches people off guard. A contaminated MAF sensor often does not set a fault code. The sensor is still functioning, just inaccurately. The computer sees readings that are within a plausible range, so no warning light comes on, the car just runs roughly with no obvious explanation. I have had vehicles come in where the owner had already replaced the spark plugs, cleaned the throttle body, and bought a new idle air control valve, chasing this exact symptom, spending close to $600. The MAF sensor took $12 of cleaner and 5 minutes to fix. How to clean the MAF sensor correctly. This is not a complicated job, but there are 2 ways to do it wrong that will cost you a sensor. Do not use brake cleaner, carburetor cleaner, or any general purpose electronics cleaner. You need specifically labeled MAF sensor cleaner, which evaporates completely without leaving any residue and is safe for the delicate sensing element. Carc Mass Airflow Sensor Cleaner is the most widely available and does the job well. First, locate the sensor in the intake tube and disconnect the electrical connector. Remove the sensor from the housing. Most are held in by 2 small screws. Hold the sensor so the element is facing up and spray the cleaner in short bursts from about an inch away. Let the liquid run off naturally. Do not touch the element. Do not use compressed air. Do not wipe anything. The cleaner does all the work by dissolving the contamination and carrying it away as it evaporates. Let the sensor sit for at least 10 minutes to fully dry before reinstalling and reconnecting. That is the entire job. For vehicles that have never had the MAF sensor cleaned, this should be done at every major service interval or every 30,000 miles at minimum. If the car has already been running rough, clean it immediately. If the idle does not improve after cleaning, the sensor element may be damaged and the sensor needs replacement, which typically runs between $80 and $150 for a quality replacement unit. The second sensor most people miss: the idle air control valve. On vehicles built before around 2010, there is a separate component called the idle air control valve, or IAC valve, that sits on or near the throttle body and controls a small bypass air passage. At idle, when the throttle plate is closed, this valve meters a small amount of air around the plate to maintain the target idle speed. When it gets coated in carbon deposits from the intake, which it always does over time, it stops responding accurately and the idle speed becomes unstable. A dirty IAC valve produces a specific kind of rough idle that hunts up and down, climbing to 1100 RPM, then dropping to 500 RPM and almost stalling, then recovering, repeating that cycle continuously. It can also cause stalling at stop signs right after the engine warms up, which is a particularly unnerving symptom that sends a lot of people straight to the dealership convinced something serious is wrong. Cleaning the IAC valve is slightly more involved than the MAF sensor, but still well within reach for any home mechanic. The valve is removed and the carbon deposits are cleared using throttle body cleaner on a clean shop rag, working carefully around the pintle tip, which is the needle-like part that seats in the air passage. Some IAC valves also require a relearn procedure after removal to reset the computer's idle calibration. Check your specific vehicle before reconnecting anything, because skipping that step can result in the same rough idle continuing until the relearn is completed. The procedure is usually simple: a specific key-on key-off sequence or a short drive cycle. The throttle position sensor. Small component, large consequences. The throttle position sensor, or TPs, is mounted directly on the throttle body and tracks the exact angle of the throttle plate at all times. The computer uses this reading constantly, not just during acceleration, but specifically at idle, to understand where zero throttle is and to calculate the transition point between idle fueling and normal fueling. When the throttle position sensor wears, or its contact points get dirty, it starts sending slightly erratic voltage signals at idle. The computer interprets small voltage fluctuations as tiny throttle inputs and adjusts the fuel mixture accordingly, which creates a rough, unsteady idle that can feel almost identical to a misfire. On some vehicles, this will trigger a fault code for the TPEs. On others, it will not, particularly if the signal is fluctuating within an acceptable range rather than dropping out completely. Unlike the MAF sensor and IAC valve, the throttle position sensor cannot be cleaned with a spray can. If the signal is erratic, the sensor needs replacement. But before replacing it, check the wiring connector and harness for corrosion or damage first. A corroded connector on a throttle position sensor produces the exact same symptoms as a failed sensor, and cleaning the connector pins with electrical contact cleaner resolves it without any parts cost at all. The one that fools everyone: the crankshaft position sensor. This is the sensor I mentioned at the start that even experienced mechanics get tripped up by. The crankshaft position sensor monitors the rotational speed and position of the crankshaft and feeds that data to the ignition and fuel injection systems. It is the reference point the computer uses to time every spark and every fuel pulse. When it starts failing, the symptoms are almost always intermittent at first. A rough idle that comes and goes, an occasional stumble at low RPM, and sometimes a brief hesitation that disappears within seconds. Because the symptoms are not constant, they are easy to dismiss. The vehicle feels fine during a short test drive, so nothing gets flagged. Then the symptom comes back worse, eventually leading to stalling at idle, hard starting when the engine is hot, or in severe cases a no-start condition that appears completely random. What makes the sensor particularly deceptive is heat sensitivity. A failing crankshaft position sensor often works perfectly when cold and starts dropping signal when the engine reaches full operating temperature. That pattern means the vehicle runs fine first thing in the morning, acts up after 20 minutes of driving, and then tests fine again after it cools down. It can cycle through that pattern for weeks before fully failing. If a vehicle has an intermittent idle problem that gets worse after a full warm-up and clears after sitting for 30 minutes, the crankshaft position sensor is the first thing to check. Testing requires a scan tool that can read live data. Looking at the RPM signal from the crankshaft position sensor at idle, a healthy signal is steady and consistent. A failing sensor shows dropouts, spikes, or irregular readings in the live data stream, even when the symptom is not obvious in how the engine feels. Replacement is straightforward on most vehicles, and the part typically runs $40 to $90. Ignoring it is not an option. A crankshaft position sensor that fails completely while driving can shut the engine off at highway speed with no warning. The mistakes that make this diagnosis take longer than it should. The first mistake is replacing parts based on symptoms alone without reading live sensor data. A rough idle has at least a dozen potential causes. Throwing parts at a symptom without confirming which sensor is actually misbehaving is how people spend $600 and still have a shaking car. The second mistake is checking codes and stopping there. Fault codes tell you which system flagged a problem, not which component caused it. A code for a lean fuel mixture points toward the MAF sensor, the oxygen sensors, the fuel injectors, or a vacuum leak. The code is a direction, not an answer. Live data from a scan tool is what narrows it down to the actual cause. Third, skipping the basics. A vacuum leak anywhere in the intake system produces an unmetered air leak that skews every sensor reading downstream. Before pulling any sensors, run your hand around the intake manifold, throttle body, and vacuum hoses with the engine running. A noticeable change in idle when you cover a leak is all the confirmation needed. Fourth, using the wrong cleaner on the MAF sensor. This bears repeating because it costs people sensors regularly. Brake cleaner, carb cleaner, and WD-40 all leave residue or strip the coating on the sensing element. MAF sensor cleaner only, nothing else. Fifth, ignoring the air filter. A severely restricted air filter starves the engine of air and mimics exactly the same lean idle condition that a dirty MAF sensor produces. The air filter costs $15 and takes 2 minutes to change. It should be the very first thing checked before touching a single sensor. If this kind of practical, honest diagnosis advice is what you have been looking for, subscribe to Make Car Go right now. Every video on this channel is built the same way. Real experience, real data, no guessing. You will find the subscribe button right below this video, and it costs you nothing. A shaking idle is almost never the disaster it feels like sitting at a red light. In the majority of cases, it is a $12 can of cleaner and a few minutes of your time. The key is knowing which sensor to start with and how to test rather than guess. Clean the MAF sensor first. Check the IAC valve second. Inspect the throttle position sensor connector third. And if the problem is intermittence and heat related, check the crankshaft position sensor with live data before spending money on anything else. Drop a comment below telling me what your idle RPM is doing and what vehicle you are working with. I read every single one, and tell me what you want covered in the next video.